Bless you, everybody. Please take a seat. Thank you for being here. How you doing, Reggie? You well?
Yes, I'm good.
You good?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Just came back from London.
You were in London?
Yeah.
You were doing the comedy festival thing, you were playing a show, O2, the O2, Indigo O2?
Just for laughs, yeah.
How did it go?
Oh, man, it was awesome. Like,
yeah?
Just landed, did a really cool show called Stamp Town, and then the next night did a show at the club. It was really great, man. It was like so fast, but
yeah.
But it was great. I made it back in time for this show.
How you doing, Carms? All good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I went to Burbank.
Yeah.
I got a text from Ian last night, like 8:45. It just said, I'm watching Jerry Maguire.
Yeah. You know, the kind of thing dudes do when their wives are out of town.
100%.
Yeah.
But you said you had some real solitude.
I didn't speak to anyone that entire day until we talked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just lent into it, you lent into the silence, and what did you find out about yourself?
That deep down, at the very core,
right in there,
of who I am, right down in the granular base level, I'm a pretty boring guy. Yeah.
It's that time. It's time for the news. And later this week, President Biden will be releasing his budget, but his administration is already leaking the fact that Biden will propose a tax increase to keep Medicare solvent, practically daring Republicans to come out against it, because nothing says, don't worry, you'll still be okay when you retire, like an 80-year-old president who refuses to retire. Keeping Medicare solvent. Keeping Medicare solvent. It's not exciting, but it's important. It's the weeknight sex of politics. Biden's budget will propose raising a tax on Americans earning more than $400,000. It's a brilliant idea from a guy who coincidentally makes exactly $400,000. In other news, Donald Trump's attorneys are asking to delay the trial date of the former president's fraud case because they say the New York Attorney General has so much evidence they can't review it all in time. Apparently, there are 2.6 million pages of evidence. Yeah. See, when you think about it, these are the documents that Trump should have stolen. He's thought about it. I love how Trump's defense team is like, there's so much evidence of fraud. We don't even have enough time to review it. Also, he's innocent. Gotta admit, it's a pretty smart strategy by Trump, this. It is commit so much fraud that by the time they're ready for trial, you'll be president of the United States again. And it'll all... And according to his allies, Donald Trump is currently testing out new nicknames for his chief Republican rival, Governor Ron DeSantis. While he seems to be set on Ron DeSanctimonious, he's also considering Ron Dishonest, Ron De-Establishment, and Tiny D. Nice to see Trump laser-focused on the most important issues of the day, isn't it? Tiny D makes it sound like he's going to release a song with DJ Khaled. DJ Khaled, Ice Spice, and Tiny D. What happened to Meatball Ron? Was that Ron DeSantis?
Apparently, Trump never came up with Meatball Ron, and it just got out there, but which is too bad because it's perfect.
I think he should run the whole way with Meatball Ron.
Yeah.
You should call him Ron DNC.
To associate him with the...
Wow. And with Run DMC.
Or Tiny Bowl.
Or what? Sorry, or what, Hagar?
Tiny Balls.
Tiny balls. Tiny balls. Tiny balls. Just call him Tiny Balls. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. It's like the myth about, like, you know when everyone says that Napoleon was really short? Like, you know he was above average height, right?
Right.
And that was just all propaganda. If he went with Tiny Balls, it's very difficult for Ron DeSantis to come out and go, I have regular-sized balls. Tiny balls. Oh, tiny balls. But he can even go one further. Big D, tiny balls.
Yeah.
Because that's the worst. If you've got a big, little, Tic Tacs, you know? In a regular sack. The sack's not small, it's the balls. And have you seen this? Wax figures of Prince William and Princess Kate have gone viral after a TikToker recently posted a clip from, quote, the worst wax museum in Poland. For a reminder, here's the actual Prince and Princess of Wales just here, and here are the wax versions. That wax Prince William looks like he just walked into... It looks like he just walked into Prince Andrew's room by mistake. What's happened to their skin? They look like their bodies were just lifted out of the Titanic. Although on the plus side, at least we all know now what they both look like if they got infected in The Last of Us. Those two photos side by side are perfect. It's like when the edible hits meme. And according to a new study, doing yoga can help men last 3 times longer in bed. I'll tell you something. This is the first time in the history of this show that my wife has texted me a news story. She said, oh, maybe you could use this for the show. Now, in some cases, it just seemed longer because the men wouldn't shut up about going, oh, my God, yoga will change your life. This is true. After 12 weeks of yoga, the time went from an average of just under 26 seconds to almost a minute and a half. 26 seconds. I didn't realise this was a study of tantric sex. You ever given it a go, yoga?
No, I probably should. I'm getting tight.
Yeah.
I got a bad back right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a go. I tried yoga and I fell asleep. Completely true story. Completely true story, because the guy was just like, look, this is all about small gains, just over time. This is where you just lie down, breathe, and then I was out, asleep.
Yeah.
I was completely asleep. And he got, annoyed with me. The dude got annoyed, and I was like, you just said to just completely relax.
Yeah. You know, if you don't like yoga, have you tried frozen yoga?
Some days I sit and I think, wow, should we end the show? Is this silly? Walking out on, the best moment of your life, and then there's moments like that, and I think, no, it's 100% time. And we wanted to show you this. The Boston Dynamics robot dog took the runway at a fashion show the other day. Have a look at this. So look, there's the robot dog there, interacting with the model on the runway. Then the robot helps her out of her wrap, right, by taking her garment, and then, at the very end, just hands it back to her. Just there, look. 17 dead at that fashion show. Some insider gossip for you. After modelling at that fashion show, that robot was linked to Leonardo DiCaprio. But pretty cool display. Now, if it can do that with clothes, imagine what it could do with human skin.